Hi! Welcome to Holy Time TV. Before we start, smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. SpaceX's unique approach to rocket development exemplifies the importance of learning from failure and the value of innovation in the space industry. On April 20th, the world's attention was focused on SpaceX, the U.S. space exploration company led by Elon Musk. The first flight test launch of the Starship, the largest rocket in human history, had begun. However, within 4 minutes of launch, the rocket failed to separate the first and second ends, ultimately exploding in the air. Despite the catastrophe, Musk and the SpaceX Situation Room appeared jubilant, celebrating what Musk called a successful failure. Developing a space launch vehicle or rocket is an immensely challenging engineering project that demands expertise in various fields such as materials science, manufacturing, aerodynamics, and rocket propulsion. Complex processes of computer simulation, production, and testing are involved in bringing a conceptual design to fruition. While large-scale explosions during takeoff must be reliably controlled, unexpected situations can occur that even top-performing computer simulations cannot predict or verify in advance. The tolerance for failure in rocket development varies, with factors such as mission objectives, costs, risk levels, technical complexity, and public awareness influencing the acceptance of failure. When human life is involved, the impact of development failure is significantly greater, as seen in the case of Brazil's VLS rocket explosion in 2003. Consequently, the government's regulations on space development projects become stricter, hindering the continuation of development at risk. To avoid stifling innovation, SpaceX has cleverly utilized inevitable failures in space development. The company divides the launch test stage to minimize damage and ensures important data is collected, fostering innovation by quickly reflecting improvements in the system. SpaceX's approach, which emphasizes failing quickly but learning faster, incorporates the cost of failure into its development budget. The company's acceptance of failures in rocket development relies on its willingness to learn from mistakes and continuously improve the design. By broadcasting failed launches live to the world and remaining calm during rocket explosions, Musk demonstrates confidence in SpaceX's ability to eventually succeed in its endeavors, much like the Falcon rocket which carries cargo to the International Space Station. The cost and negative consequences of failure are significant, but fearing failure can impede crucial innovation. SpaceX's approach to rocket development, embracing failure as an integral part of the process, highlights the importance of learning from mistakes and the value of innovation in the ever-evolving space industry. A biblical example of failure turning into success can be found in the story of Joseph, which is primarily narrated in Genesis chapters 37 and 39 to 45. Joseph was sold into slavery by his jealous brothers, only to eventually rise to a position of great power in Egypt. One particularly relevant passage is Genesis chapter 50 verse 20, Niv. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. In this verse, Joseph addresses his brothers, acknowledging their initial intention to harm him. However, he recognizes that God used their actions to bring about a greater good: his eventual rise to power in Egypt, which enabled him to save his family and many others from famine. This story illustrates how, in the Bible, even situations that initially appear to be failures can ultimately lead to success through God's intervention and guidance. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you today an incredible story from the Bible that teaches us a powerful lesson about turning failure into success. Let us dive into the story of Joseph, a young man who faced unimaginable adversity, yet remained faithful and rose above his circumstances. You see, my friends, Joseph's journey began when he was betrayed by his own brothers, who sold him into slavery out of jealousy. But God had a plan for Joseph, just like he has a plan for each and every one of us. Even when Joseph found himself in a foreign land, enslaved and far from his family, he held on to his faith. Joseph worked diligently and with integrity, and God blessed him. He was promoted to oversee the household of his master, Potiphar. But even then, challenges did not cease. Joseph was falsely accused of a terrible crime and thrown into prison. But God did not abandon him. No, my friends, God continued to work in Joseph's life, even in the darkest of places. In prison, Joseph's gift for interpreting dreams became known, and eventually, this gift would lead him to stand before the most powerful man in Egypt, the Pharaoh himself. Joseph's wisdom and divine guidance helped Egypt prepare for a great famine. And because of this, he was promoted to the position of second in command over the entire nation. Joseph's life had taken a complete turn, from a lowly slave and prisoner to a leader with great authority. And when the day came for Joseph to confront his brothers, the very ones who had betrayed him, he showed them grace, mercy, and forgiveness. For he knew that what they had intended for evil, God had turned into good. So, my friends, let this story of Joseph remind you that even when we face failures and challenges in life, God is working in our lives. He will guide us, shape us, and use our experiences to create a brighter future for us and those around us. Hold on to your faith, and remember that with God, no failure is final. Trust in His plan, for He can turn our setbacks into comebacks, and our trials into triumphs. Just as He did for Joseph, God can transform our failures into successes beyond our wildest dreams. God loves you. God bless you all. If you liked this video, don't forget hit that like button, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this in the future. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.